Hi, I'm Kelly Riark, and I want to share with you some of the new artwork I have been creating lately. These pieces are made with textural acrylic paint. It is a modeling paste, and it has a very similar texture to like a drywall mud if you're in the construction business, or like a really, really thick cake icing if you're more into baking. I have used a palette knife only to apply this very thick paste to canvases, to sketches that I have drawn onto canvases. This is really experimental for me, so I'm just using my sculptural pottery background to create three-dimensional reliefs on a 2D surface. And because I used the palette knife to create the various fish, I decided to also, on this one, to use the palette knife to create a background. And here I have taken the same modeling paste and mixed in my heavy body acrylics to color the paste. So the paste is completely colored all the way through. And I've just used the palette knife to create a very loose, almost abstract background behind this fish. My goal here wasn't, smooth blending and a very tightly painted background. My goal here was just the impression of the water behind this fish and the waves behind this fish using only a palette knife. And what I've also done with this one is gone over this plaster-like consistency with paint. So this one's called Poppy. Here's the next one. This is done in a very similar style, but I have used metallic gold foil paint on a painted background. The background is painted sort of a ecru color. So this is ecru and gold tarpon. This piece is on display right now at Boca Grande Art Center. I was pulling from interior design colors and interior design trends to make this tarpon a piece that will appeal to a very comfortable, beachy living room, but also something that has that refined, gilded look. And so I've also chosen a little bit of that gilded look for this piece. This one, the background here is inspired by Wedgwood china and all of those blue china patterns that were so popular, especially in the 50s. Back in the 50s, they came up with the way to take a really intricate pattern design and stamp it onto porcelain plates. And that became all of those beautiful blue plates that we're so familiar with from antique shops and even current modern, like wedding china a lot of times. Believe it or not, this is where the term blue plate special comes from. So like all those 50s diners that used to sell you a full meal as their blue plate special, the plates that they're talking about are these blue china printed patterned plates. So if you find yourself going through a rabbit hole and researching these blue plates later, you will find thousands of patterns. And at the time, people were very much influenced by all of the textiles and all of the imagery coming out of the East, and it became kind of a fashion trend. So these plates also inspired me. I have a little bit of Asian heritage in my family. My mother-in-law is from Vietnam, and I am definitely inspired by her culture. So going back to this painting, I've got the gilded, gold paint overlapping these ornate cobalt and ultramarine blue patterns. And now I am taking this sculptural white modeling paste and I'm creating a tarpon on top of this. So it's a very layered look, incorporating some of my favorite design elements. Using just a couple of different shaped palette knives to sculpt this tarpon's face, my goal was to keep it somewhat loose, but to define the different bony plates of the tarpon's face, because as you know, a tarpon, their mouth is made up of bony plates. They have bony gill plates. And so I was trying to capture each one of those like as a section of the sculpture. And the end result is reminiscent of Wedgwood china, where they had a singular color ground with a white figure on top of it. I hope you enjoyed exploring these new techniques along with me. I am sure there will be more in the future. And this is my china tarpon. For more, follow me on Instagram where I post regularly, and make sure to like and subscribe.